Understood? Hey everybody, what's going on? What's going on? It's Hump Day. First, a joke. This conversation happened in the bedroom between a husband and a wife. The wife says, "Honey, what do you like best? My beautiful face or my sexy body?" And the husband replies, "Your sense of humor." You know, that was funny. You like that? Okay. What's up, beautiful people? Beautiful people. We got a special show today. This is Take It Off. Every hump day at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are taking off the junk. The ex-husband, ex-wife, daddy, mama issues, baby daddy issues, baby mama issues, all the stuff that keeps us single, even when we're married. Alright, so we're challenging you, we're challenging us to remove the mask that society has put on us, to be transparent, to be honest. You know what, I tried that, it didn't work out that good. So I'm telling you this, but I'm really going to have to try it again. Because these ladies are going to have to get it together. They're going to have to start learning how to follow. They're going to have to, oh, it's like that, huh? Okay, fair enough. We'll talk about it in a couple minutes. We have Mai, who is the only lady here tonight. She says she can handle herself. We'll see. We also have Carrie, and we have Carl, who's back after a long absence. So we are discussing what men really want. What men really want. And it may not be what you think. You know, men have emotions that women can't fathom. We just don't get to say it. So this is a safe place where us menfolk can talk and be honest. You know, we may not be able to get a date after this, but we're going to do it anyway for the good of everybody, right? So, continuing in the worldwide tradition that we've started here in honoring women, because that is one of our main goals that we want to spread to everybody, right? Let me, if you'll allow me, to honor you with a song. That'd be the one. There's a saying old, says that love is blind. Still we're often told, seek and ye shall find. So I'm going to seek a certain gal I've had in mind. Looking everywhere, haven't found her yet. But she's the bigger fear I cannot forget. Only girl I ever think of with regret. I'd like to add her initial to my monogram. Tell me, where is the shepherd for this lost lamb? There's a somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that she turns out to be someone who'll watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in the wood, and I know I could always be good to one who watch over me. You see, although I may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, but to as handsome, but to my heart you carry the key. Won't you tell her please to put on some speed and follow my lead? Oh, how I need someone to watch over me, follow my lead. So won't you tell her please, someone to watch over me.
Hello, welcome to Take It Off. Today we're talking about what men really want. So ladies, listen up, take notes, grab your pen and pad. Here we go.
And want to encourage everyone to call in. The call-in number is 310-928-1800. That's 310-928-1800. So, guys, you may want to call in to give your perspective of what we're really looking for. And ladies, you might want to, if you want to object, whatever else is all fine, go ahead and call in as well.
Okay, so I suppose we have a list. Let's hear it.
Oh, well. If I may take the honors to kind of get things started, I like to quote a poet that he's been known throughout history to be very eloquent in expressing his thoughts, and this poet's name is Ludacris. He said, "A lady in the street and a freak in the bed." So that kind of sums up. We can all go home now.
I'm sure there's more to it than
Yeah,
that.
there's a little more to that.
There's gotta be. There's gotta be.
Yeah.
There's gotta be.
Yeah.
Carl, you're quiet over there. What's going on? This ain't time to think about it, y'all. You gotta get it out.
I think it's your song, man. I think we're still reveling in the.
But no, can we do something about that,
Yeah.
please?
Just bring some Trey Song, some Ludacris. I mean some
We don't want
Jodeci or something like that.
No Trey songs.
No Trey Song.
No Trey songs.
All right.
How about those Dodgers?
So what do men really want?
That's the question of the day.
You know what? One thing I thought about. Okay, so I remember some years ago there was a show that was out, and it was a movie. It was called Disclosure. It was Demi Moore and Michael Douglas was in it, and the setting of the show was where Demi Moore and Michael Douglas used to date back in the day. Now they reunite years later. She becomes his boss, but she's still feeling him. So she makes a move on him. But now Michael Douglas, years later, is now married. He said, "Well, I can't do that." So she proceeded to say, "Look, you're gonna have sex with me." And it's like, "Oh man, I can't do this," and so forth. So she proceeds to even set him up and files sexual harassment charges. Again, very interesting. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so what happened was she even was bold enough to call his house, to call his wife, and tell her that your husband and I are having an affair. Now, so all of this is out of the blue. She gets the phone call, and she says, "Oh, well," now remember, she doesn't know anything, but she says, "We already talked about it. We're working through it. And so thank you for your call, but we're working through all these issues." She hangs up the phone. She looks at him and says, "What the hell is going on?"
Oh, she was.
So my point is commitment, and I bring it up because she was so ride or die. She didn't know what was going on, but she kept that united front that protected her man.
That's nice.
And she broke him down, like said, "Oh," and then she found out what the deal was. He explained and so forth. But see, I want a woman. What I want is a woman that even if I mess up, I do something I'm not supposed to do, that she's still riding die, she's still there, and she's still committed. So that's the top of my list.
There is a such thing as 3 strikes. So you want her to accept your mess ups, but how many times do you mess up and be forgiven before she walks?
Before you answer that, let's stay focused to the main thing. The main thing about what you stated is that his wife showed stellar class,
Right.
and that she protected the family, and she protected herself more than she protected you.
Right.
And the thing that I saw that movie, and there was
Yeah.
a few nuances that you left out, but the most important thing is, the thing that turned me on about the wife is she was elegant.
Yeah, she
And
was.
she did not let Demi Moore's disgusting character throw her off kilter. She just responded, she hung up the phone, and then she tore his butt up.
Which is
Now,
fair.
Should she have kicked him out the house? From my perspective, I didn't care what she did to her husband after she hung up.
Right.
I
Right.
just like that she carried herself like a lady.
Right.
Now, should she kick him out the house, fire him, whatever? It depends on the situation. You know, if you're going to go by the word, you forgive 7 times 7. But being realistic as far as that particular situation, knowing that he taped that and that she seduced him into a situation that he said a zillion times over, stop, stop, stop.
Right. Right.
That's different.
Yeah.
However, in a situation that you're alluding to, Mai, where there's guys that will say one thing, but the real thing was completely different, where the dude wanted the situation, he made it happen, he provoked the girl, and he's playing both sides, he needs to be fired.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I like it because we talk about being a strong woman. You know, girls like to say that. I'm a strong woman. That was an example of a strong woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes what women think of as strength is not really. It might be a weakness.
Yeah.
Their strength might be something else. I think one of my top ones would be. I probably have 2 top ones. One is commitment. So you don't want a girl who will run at the first sight of of some kind of an issue. You know.
Right.
You don't want a quitter. I've been there. It's a horrible thing to have to deal with. You want when you marry somebody that divorce is not even, in the conversation. It's not in the realm. I mean, if you get 3 strikes, or if you get 7 strikes or whatever, that's something different. But you don't want a person to have that in their mindset, thinking, well, I'll just get a divorce. Because then what's the use? It's not even worth being, it's not even worth dating.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Right.
So we have support, commitment, and ride or die.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay.
And we're going to get that phone number again, 310-928-1800, 310-928-1800. Please call in.
I think another one of mine, larger ones, that I think is generic for all men, is we want peace.
Hello.
Oh,
Now, there's
boy.
2 types of peace. One is sometimes you just want a little quiet in the house, right? You might just need a few minutes to yourself, and that's fine. Everybody might need that. But the other piece is really what we need, So you guys made some comments. If you want to expound on that, that's fine.
Well, we're being straight up with the show. The bottom line is, let's just go here. Married men want to be married to a wife, not their mama.
Uh-oh.
So if you're going to be upset with your husband, tell him why you're upset. Husbands, if you're stupid enough not to take out the garbage, not to wash the car, not to fill the tank up with gas, not to do all those things that you know your lady needs you to do. It's called proactive. Do it. Love on your woman, protect her. You don't want your wife going out to the gas station at 10 o'clock at night knowing she got to get up early. Bottom line is, be proactive. If you want some loving, act right. But the flip side of that is this. If you think that you're going to hold the loving hostage from your husband and you're going to keep a good marriage, you're fooling yourself, because he'll find it somewhere else.
Yeah, he will. There's an issue of sex in marriage. They say that when men marry, they say, why would men want to get married? Like, what's in it for us, right? They say, this is not me talking, right? This is somebody else.
Yeah.
They say, okay, you get married, that means you lose your power, you lose your money, you lose your freedom. There's a lot to lose, and then the question is, what do they gain? So it's just that women need to be aware that maybe men don't feel like they have that much to gain in the marriage. You lose sex options, right? And a lot of times I've heard that, when you get married, then the intimacy can dwindle. And nobody wants that. Because, things can happen.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just kind of going on with that commitment thing and so forth. And yeah, men, we need to be proactive. I'm just really interested to know who she is when situations and circumstances are not ideal. I mean, when the sun is shining and money is flowing and so forth, another eloquent ballad, what's the guy's name? 50 Cent, talk about the 21 questions. I mean, it's like, you know, are you crazy about me when I'm broke and stuff ain't going right and so forth? Are you still right here with me? I mean, and it was interesting because you kind of have to shift through that. Like, say, if you have obtained some level of success and trying to find out what the real deal is. So that's huge.
So you want to know who she is after the first 8 months when she forgets her script.
Hey, you know what? If that's how long it takes to see what's up, that's how long it takes. You know.
Hopefully we find that out before. But yes, you know, you do want to know. Because you don't always. That's probably one of the problems with celebrities. You got $20 million. You got $20 million. You flying across the world and everybody's having fun. You never get to know what's real, right?
Right.
And that's probably why they get divorced.
Right.
But is that realistic? I mean, how many people
happens
make
all the
that
time?
type of money?
No. I said celebrities, not just us.
Yeah, I know, but I'm glad you said that because
Well, you got some celebrities, so
realistically, day to day, people keep talking about. I mean, they live their lives through social media, so you keep having this driven through your head: who's doing this, who's doing this. How many people genuinely have conversations with these so-called celebrities? They don't. So you're at work making whatever you're making, anywhere between $10 and $30 an hour, $40, $50 an hour. You are not gonna get on a private jet anytime soon. Unless you have.
Well, no, right. We know that.
No, but my point is, bottom line, what do you really want? Do you want peace, joy, love? You keep saying you're not you, but I'm just saying people say they're Christians. People say this, and this, but they don't even know how to love themselves. Some people don't even take baths regularly, and they want folks to be attracted to them. So I'm saying, look, use soap. It's a great commodity. Learn how to talk to your woman. Treat her lovely. She just might talk to you back. Girls, stop talking to your girlfriends because they're lonely for a reason. They don't got nobody either, so they can't give you any advice. Talk to some folk that have had relationships successful. For instance, last week it was a great conversation. Viveca Mays has been married for well over 30 years. You want to talk to somebody like her because she's got a success rate.
Yeah. Again, the phone number is 310-928-1800, 310-928-1800.
Okay, so we want you to not make every battle a civil war. You know, pick and choose what's important. Sometimes things are just not worth talking about.
Yeah. You know, another thing too is I think I want a woman that's sexy. And let me kind of talk about that. Okay, I mean, not talking about the big breasts and big butt and whatever else, although that doesn't hurt, but that's not what we're talking about here when I say sexy. It is not even so much showing off all your assets necessarily. It's how you flow. It's how you wear your hair. It's how you carry yourself. It's something absolutely fundamentally melodic about what you do and how you just kind of like so for instance, and it's nothing too is like, I mean, it's different if you're at the beach and someone's got a bathing suit on, whatever else, but it's about us not really seeing what the assets are, but how you package and pull it all together. Now I will say that's really cool is I have a personal preference of loving to see women in wedges and jeans. That's just my thing. So I don't know about y'all, but wedges and jeans all day long.
Wedges like the shoes?
Yeah, shoes, right. Wedges.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, mine
You want to school about the wedges? So was it wedges?
No, I mean, I didn't know if he was doing like a foot fetish thing. I was gonna say, hey, let's go.
You know,
Okay.
but then let's say she got wedges on with a nice dress to accentuate her curves and so forth. Wife that all day.
Yeah.
Okay, so ladies, I hear he likes you to dress nice. He likes you to be committed. He wants you to be ride or die. He likes you to be honest. And he wants peace in the house. So
that's not too much to ask for.
That's not a lot to ask for.
Well, you know, let me add something else to the mix really quick. I want a woman that's socially confident. And let me kind of explain what that is. So let's say you're going out to an event, particularly like a work function. Like say during holiday time, you know, you bring your girl, significant other to your event. So I'm personally intrigued by the woman where we get to the event and she has no problem going to talk to other people. She can carry on a conversation. She can talk about a range of things and kind of hold a conversation. And she's not tripping necessarily if I'm not right next to her the entire evening, so to speak. I mean, we'll come together, but you know that she's comfortable in her skin. She's not really tripping on what I'm doing, but she's able to enjoy herself apart from me, but then we can come together. And there's that thing where it's just, you know, some people it's like, well, you left me. I was just right here and I turned around, you were gone.
I didn't really leave.
Right, it's like, you know.
So someone who's comfortable when you go out that they can hold their own and she'll be fine.
Well, yes, but I'm really talking about in social settings.
Right. Now, let me add to that.
Yeah.
One of my things, all of that's cool, but if she's going to be on my arm,
Right.
I need a lady that's able to read the room. Because if I'm doing a business deal, I need her to be able to pull my coat in the car and say, babe, that guy that was acting like he was the baller,
Oh, nice.
he's not the baller. The dude with that U-boat watch
Right.
that had the jeans on and the T-shirt,
Right.
that is the billionaire in the room.
Right.
He liked what you said. He read you. And whether he gave her the card or whatever, I need my woman to be able to lean into my ear and say, okay, now I know why you wanted me to come with you. Now I know why you wanted me to be on your arm.
Right.
Yeah.
When I was talking to him.
Right.
You want a partner, somebody who can be a part of the team
Yes.
and add value to it.
It's, it's those intangibles.
But
is.
you
It
don't
is.
tell her that.
Right.
Because if she either knows her role or she doesn't. See, all the things you described as far as the sexiness and all of that, it's all good. But me, my woman's got to be cool. If she's not cool, I don't care how fine she is, how sick, all of that.
Yeah.
When she's cool,
I like a cool
I can
chick,
roll
too.
with her, because if I get in my ride and I'm in a stick and I get sleepy and she's like, baby, I can take over, I'm good. Whatever. That's the kind of lady I need on my side that's just cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, the
yeah.
cool chicks is winning. All
It
right.
is kind of nice, you
Yeah.
know, because cool is cool. Men also want respect, ladies, you know, and not it has to be sincere. It's not like there was a lady who said oh, me and my guy went out to dinner and she gave him the money to pay for something
Okay.
for the meal, and she said because she wanted him to be the man. So that's not sincere, because if you're letting him be the man, then he's not. But you know.
All right. Well, let's take this caller and see what they have to say.
Hey, caller. Thanks for calling in. Hello, caller.
Yes, caller. Yes, that's me. How you guys doing today?
Good. What's up,
Hello.
man?
Good. I was sitting here listening to y'all topic, and it was saying what men want.
Yes.
Is that the topic?
Yes. No, what we really want. What we really want.
You know what? I have been blessed to be married for 5 years to a beautiful wife. And what I have learned about what I want is for her to understand and learn me to the fullest. Like I have learned her, and learning her gives me the ability to be free. I think someone said you lose so much. But a lot of times men forget all the things that they gain when they get the right woman.
Right.
And how do you get the right woman is through the months of dating. You got to ask the wife, the woman, you have to ask her, put your gloves down and let me get to know you. And if you're sincere about that, and if you're very sincere about that, and she's sincere, and you know that you're headed to a certain direction, she will allow you to get to know her, and you have to do the same thing. You have to allow yourself not to be afraid to tell her to be quiet. And for she to understand, like, at this moment, I'm watching this, and I need silence. And if she respects you and she really and truly knows that the relationship is going to go, then next time it comes on, she's going to be silent. And that's the thing that I say about relationships and men. Men are truly afraid to be the aggressor in the beginning to say, this is how I'm built, how are you built? And then you guys end up getting together. Like I said, I'm 5 years in, and me and my wife know each other to 80% of what we're supposed to know.
Oh, that's
You follow
awesome.
me?
Yeah, I do. Congrats on 5 years of marriage. Thanks so much for your call, caller. Appreciate that. Yeah, so
All
like
right.
he's got some
And
insight.
by the way, say again.
No, we're saying thank you for your
Hello?
call. We're saying thank you for your call.
Oh, you're so welcome. And tell Mr. Donald Drake that his brother-in-law called in.
Good looking out, brother.
It's your sister.
There it is.
All right,
It's your
bye-bye.
sister. All right, man. All right, that's cool.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
I do like you talked about freedom, which is a huge issue. Men needing to feel free. We had a nice little long Facebook conversation about that today, actually. And I used the word freedom in a relationship, and the ladies didn't understand. You know, they kind of went off because they thought it meant something else, like being free to mess around with a whole bunch of people. That's not what freedom is. Freedom, to me, and if you're listening, ladies, men got to have freedom, right? So freedom is being able to be yourself, right? Being able to drop your guard, being able to cry if they need to, being able to feel, to not have to pretend that they know everything, right?
Right.
Freedom is being able to be yourself, because sometimes we're not able to, because we got to put on these certain airs to make you happy, or we got to do things to make you happy rather than just really being ourselves. And freedom is a big deal.
Yeah,
Whatever that is individually to people.
You know, nothing too. You know, one of the benefits of watching Take It Off is they get some free insight. So we're about to drop some knowledge on you women about men. Here's a secret regarding men. Men, we get our self-esteem from our sense of achievement, and that's huge. So, for instance, if you have a flat tire in your car, and we fix your flat tire for you, go, oh wow, that's great, thank you so much. I mean, we feel like we just conquered the world, feel like Superman, so to speak. And that can play out in a variety of different ways. So, in terms of what men really want, we want to be your freaking hero. I mean, you know, it's great that you have all the education, you have all that money, and so forth. And it doesn't mean that we don't want to diminish your capabilities and so forth. But just know that's how we are wired. If we can't achieve things, and if you say, well, I got this covered and so forth, I mean, there may be conveniences in that. Right. But a real man wants to be able to be your black Superman all day long.
It's very true.
All day long. Am I right, fellas?
It's true.
Yeah, but
For example.
But the elephant in the room is that if you're being told you're not needed, because someone told you you don't need no man.
Subliminally, right?
Yeah, and then you keep running into that wall.
That's why.
Then you leave.
You know, that's why, and this is no justification. I'm just saying this happens sometimes. That's why the hardworking man goes home to his wife and so forth, and she's kind of tripping and wherever else and so forth. But he'll go back to work, and his secretary, his assistant, supports him and so forth, and wherever else and so forth. Next thing you know, that he done left home, he had an affair with the secretary. Yeah. Not an excuse, it's not cool and so forth, but it just talks about how we're wired, so to speak.
Let me give an example, because we're saying that what men really want is a lady who will let us be men, right? Men. So say if the light bulb needs to be changed, maybe you're just dating, right? And you say, oh, I'm going to call the electrician and have him come over. It's like, no, I'm going to change the light bulb for you. That's a simple example, but that's a real example of allowing us to do some things, you know? So if you feel like you got it all covered, I can handle it, I don't need, if you have those kind of attitudes, that's probably why you're still single.
Okay, ladies, okay, you heard it first. Let the man feel like you need him. So whatever it is.
Wait. May I interrupt you?
Always.
Instead of letting the man feel like he needs you,
or you need him.
Either you do or you don't.
Right. Need him.
Yeah.
If you don't need him, then tell him to kick rocks.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Okay. Well, women do need men, but let him feel how much you need him. Let him feel encouraged. Let him do some things. Allow him to take charge when he needs to, because it helps his ego. It makes you happy. You get things done.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So let's go to this audio clip and hear some words from other men who think they know what they want.
Wow. Because we really don't know.
Okay.
All right, everybody. everybody. What's up? What's up? This is Take It Off in Russell's Barbershop in Long Beach, Strong Beach. And we're asking the fellas here of different ages, what do men really want?
My name's Zion. I'm from Long Beach, and I'm 18. And when it comes to a girl, I just want a girl who wants to be successful, has goals with herself. They don't no drama. They just want to be successful, right mindset, and that's pretty much it. Just I don't want no crazy girl. Yeah.
Okay, I don't either, but I've seen her attract crazy girls, so I need some counseling. All right, here you go.
What's up, y'all? My name is Aaron, 21 years old from Long Beach. What I want from a girl is just a girl who knows how to communicate, who knows how to keep a conversation, and who is just honest. Also, I like a girl who can hold me down, and I just need a girl to be there for me, and just a girl who's just about something, she's just not boring, she just needs to be fun, just have some drive and some ambition in her, and just be about a hustle or just be about life somewhat. So that's what I would want from a girl. Also, I like a girl who can make me feel comfortable, I don't need to be up tense with her or nothing. I'm just comfortable around her. I can be myself.
That's right. We want to be free. But you said something about holding you down. So what does that mean? Like, if you go to jail for 10 years, she waits for you? Or it means if you need to go do a drive-by, she's going to be a ride-or-die chick and ride with you. What's hold me down mean?
When I say hold me down, that means, she's going to let me know what I'm doing wrong and let me know what I'm doing right. Like, if I'm hanging out with the wrong group of friends, she's going to let me know, like, hey, you need to watch out for them. They're not in your best interest. And she's going to let me know what I'm doing right and just be helping me on my path to where I want to get to and just support me in what I'm doing. That's what I mean by hold me down.
All right. Isn't there a song something about that, hold me down? I can't sing it right now, though. Let's see. One more fellow. It's the light-skinned brother. They got different opinions, so we'll see what he got to say.
Hey, I'm Russell. I'm 52. I think what I'm looking for is just traditional woman, right? I like a clean house. I like the dishes washed. I like good food and somebody who enjoys doing it. I'm not looking for any kind of adversarial relationship, no challenges and all that, the friction and all of that. I don't need any of that. And, it's just tradition, and if you make more money than me, okay, so what? Come home, put the check on the table. We'll determine what we're going to do with that. But, I don't need to hear about it. Who cares? I don't need a.
Okay, so we have a new caller. Caller, thanks for calling in. Welcome to Take It Off. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm sorry. I was trying to call to see how I can check you guys out live streaming because I'm having trouble. You just go to newdaytalkradio.com.
That's it. All right. Well, okay. All right. Thanks for calling in.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. So,
monetized relationship. The relationship is far deeper than any amount of money that we make. The whole idea that I have to live up to somebody else's standard. No, I think people need to know the standard is love. And the key is to find somebody who will love you. Right? Everything else is secondary, right? That's what I'm looking for.
All right. I heard somebody say something about standards once. They said, he ain't meeting my standards. But part of that problem is we're using the wrong standards. So what you said, the standard is love. Y'all hear that? L-O-V-E. Love. I need a trumpet. Can I get a trumpet so I could, hold on, one more time.
Yeah, I just wanted to add on to what my friend Aaron said about communication. When I talk to a girl, I want to be able to talk to a girl for hours on the day without having to be awkward or me not knowing what to say. I want a girl who can make me laugh when I'm down, pick me up, turn my frown upside down to a smile, and that's pretty much it.
All right, fellas, appreciate your time. We are back live.
Okay, wow. So that's some, you got some millennial insight there on that.
Yeah, but the things that they said I thought were pretty good.
No, I concur.
I was kind of surprised.
Sound like 50-year-old men to me.
I don't know about talking for hours on day. I don't know about all that, but that's
like that's
no. But come on,
it's
now.
Not,
you remember when you
probably got some mommy
like
issues.
get a girlfriend and talk to her for hours.
Come on, man, y'all did it. You stayed on the phone all night and you fell asleep on the phone and breathing it. Come on, man.
Yeah,
I don't have time for that right no more.
Or if you're on vacation, you want to have some things to talk about. So if you're going away together with your woman, you want to be able to have a conversation for hours without getting bored with her.
Yeah, I will concur. Want to get that number out again, 310-928-1800. That's 310-928-1800. Feel free to call in. To that end, in terms of you're talking about, kind of getting out, it'd be great to have a woman who understands the need for going and hanging out with the boys without feeling threatened that, we're going to turn it up to the degree that we're going to start acting crazy coming back home, but recognizes that we need that extracurricular activity so we can come back home and even be a better man. So I think that's a beautiful thing. Would you fellas agree with that?
Okay,
I'm not that kind of dude. I don't need to hang out with a whole bunch of dudes. I just
Well,
do not that
Okay,
kind
so
of
you
guy.
need a hall pass from time to time. You need to be able to get out, take a break, and get some fresh air and come home, right?
And she needs the same thing.
And
she
it-
needs to go get with the
and
girls.
it'd be okay.
And it'd be okay.
And I'm with you, Carl. I'm not really a guy who needs to go out and hang out with the guys. I want to be home with you, or
there you
go
go.
and do stuff and whatever. However, sometimes guys want to go and hang out, and if you have a healthy home life, you should encourage him to go out and have fun.
Right.
And if for some reason there's some reason for you to want to take some precautions on this guy, depending on the man, then there's things you can do to make sure that he's good before he goes out.
Yeah, right.
And,
And that's established over time.
Down the
obviously, yeah.
street, my brother.
and
Don't leave him.
and then let him go and give him some peace and let him go. And then when he comes home, be ready for him. Be awake and greet him. And how's your day? And don't sweat him all the time. Men don't need to be babysat. They don't need mamas.
Hello.
And they don't need to be sweated. They need peace. They need respect. And then I wanted to talk about intimacy. Since
Okay.
you kind of brought it up a little bit. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's something men need. So, Maya, what do you think men need when it comes to intimacy?
Well, it depends on the man. Some men need it more than others. But intimacy is a very important part of a relationship.
Okay.
So you have to know your man. If he's the type that he requires more than most, then if you don't want to have the strays lining up at the door, you might want to be able to.
She said strays.
I did. I said strays. They're out there. They're ready.
They are.
So
They are.
the women might need to adjust their time, and make sure that she gives him what he needs. Because if she doesn't, someone else will.
Okay, let me pick up on a word you said. You said
Okay.
you said on what he needs, right?
Yeah.
So ladies, you need to know this, especially married ladies, but real relationships. Well, just all ladies need to know this. Men don't want sex. Men need sex. So there's a few things we need, right? We need to eat, we need to breathe air, we need water, and we need sex. Okay? So know that, and
It's essential for living.
it's a what?
It's essential for living.
It is, and it's that simple. So know it, and stop tripping if you do.
It's one of the food groups, isn't it?
Be involved.
Should be.
Be involved.
Oh, it is. It's just not
Right?
written.
Be involved. Be proactive. Know that it's not just he just wants sex. Know that if he doesn't get sex, he will get sex, whether you are involved or not. You can like that or not. Doesn't matter. It's still gonna happen. So the need part is really important.
Yeah, but people want to be careful with that because, yeah, you're right. I mean, there certainly is a desire and a need for men to have sex, but I mean, that just means there needs to be some conversation and so forth. So I won't give women the impression that, like, if she's just not feeling it, whatever else, all he gonna go tiptoe out. That's a character.
I have a friend. Her name is I have a
You
friend.
don't want to go there, bro. You will
I
not
have a
have
friend
if
who
you do-
said she's pretty wise, and I kind of like this lady. She's the little friendship we developed. She said women should never say no, and she meant it literally. What is one of the main things that mess up relationships? The sex and intimacy and the lack of. is what at the root of many marriages. So
Yeah, I'm not with that. I mean, a woman should be able to say no. I think there needs to be.
Well, no, I'm not talking about if she's in the
No, she
hospital.
didn't mean that way.
No, she did. She said unless you're bleeding, like your leg is cut off or something. She meant it, and it made sense to me.
Well, the way I took it, it wasn't in a way where
He said bleeding like a leg.
I'll just speak for myself.
How about a cycle?
If you don't want to be with me, let's stay focused. Here's the deal. This is just me how I think. I don't want to be with somebody that's not excited about being with me. So if you giving me the loving just to give to me, you need to go somewhere else and find another life.
Okay.
Because if you're not into me, and if I don't turn you on, I will never be excited about your existence. So here's the deal. Am I going to watch a football game over my woman? Never. If she comes in the house, if she comes into the room and I'm watching something, I will turn the TV off and say it is on and cracking. Girl, how you doing? But if you're not showing that excitement.
But that's what I mean. So it's for her not to do it out of obligation, but her to want to do it.
Yeah, because
so
if you don't want to do it, I'm
yeah,
done.
she has to want to. You have to want to. That's the thing. Now, whatever it takes for that to happen,
Okay, well.
Okay, what?
She may do it because she knows that you need it, you require it, you want it. And it's like she'll take one for the team. She may not always want to do it or may not want to do it with you, but she's with you at the time. So she's got.
That was deep what you just said. So you're saying that. Repeat that, because that's
okay. Let me take you back.
I really don't want to be with you, but I'm going to feed you right now. But I got somebody on the other side of town waiting.
Maybe it's not that deep, because I think men do that too. Ooh.
Yes, you may be with a person that ideally is not who you really want to be with, but you're there, and so you're going to participate. So yes, he's gonna get involved. He's gonna be there, and you're gonna make him happy. You may not be happy, but eventually somebody's gonna wake up and see that either it's working or it's not. So it's not always about sex. Sometimes it's just doing what you have to do to get through life.
To get there.
Yeah, to get there.
Wherever that is.
Bold and passionate.
That right there is a really good conversation that we need to do another time, because there's too much good parts of that being left out.
Okay, we got a new caller. Caller, thank you for calling the show. Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you turn your radio off or turn your sound down, please? Because we're getting some feedback. Yeah.
Hey, Donald, what's going on? It's Tyrone, Wilderness Risk.
What's up, Tyrone?
Everything's good, brother. Hey, this is like deja vu, talking about the same topic.
It must be the Tyrone from.
It was. This is Tyrone from. He was at the Take It Off.
Sex is.
He was at the Keeping It 100 last Saturday.
Got it. Yeah. What up, Ty?
Yeah. So there's a difference between sex and making love, right? And then there's such thing as empty sex, which I think the sister alluded to. And I think the more mature we get, like one of the brothers mentioned, the less inclined we are to deal with just empty sex. I mean, it's just a physical act, and it's if you're not feeling me, I'll know that, and I won't be feeling you in return.
Yeah.
It's kind of reciprocal, because at the end of the day, we're just doing something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's no emotion or no type of attraction or no type of connection at all. What's the point?
But you do get to sleep well, right?
Then it's just using each other.
Exactly. So you're just pretty much, having your needs met, and then, life goes on, but you're not fulfilling the important need.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're dating for that, there's a cost associated with that too. Then you got to pay for dinner and so on and so forth. For what though? I mean, yeah, when I was 20 maybe, but 40, not so much. You know what I mean? The value system is different.
All right, Tyrone.
In my world, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thanks for the call, Tyrone. Hope you had a good time last Saturday. All right, man. Next time, bruh.
I have an article here by a lady named Susan Vinker, and the title is Why Men Won't Marry You. So in the idea of what men want, just the headlines, it says because they don't have to, because there's nothing in it for them. And those are two of the reasons. I think I lost a page here.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You know, another thing too is kind of, I mean, we've been talking about the bedroom and sex life, which is important, very important. You know, for me, as I imagine other men think this way as well, but you know, a lot of times we will say we want a woman that loves God and so forth, which I do want a woman that loves God. But you don't have to tell me that you're this wonderful woman that loves God. I'll know that by the way you treat other people, particularly people that you don't have to treat well. I'm real big on that. So while I want to be treated nicely and so forth, I'm always observing how you treat other folks. Like the person who may be cleaning the restaurant or something like that and whatever else. How do you deal with people that you don't have to treat right?
You talking about you don't have to carry the biggest Bible you have to church every Sunday to prove who you are and let everybody know how spiritual?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm
It
with
is
that.
demonstrated how you roll.
Exactly.
And to that end, because if you nasty to that person and get an attitude and so forth, I know that eventually going to come on me.
Oh, without
So
a doubt.
it's like,
No
so
doubt.
I've already seen enough, so I'm good.
So the true character of a person is judged by the way he treat others who can do nothing for him.
She, not he.
Or he. Or she.
She.
She,
Yeah.
okay.
She right now.
Right.
Yeah.
She right now. He last week.
So men want women to be less critical, right? We're all imperfect, right? Men want women to accept him as he is, which is imperfect. We want to be able to know. We want to be able to we want you to know that we're imperfect, so we don't have to pretend to be perfect.
Right.
Men want women to. You want your home to be a refuge, right? You want peace in the house.
Right.
You want to have to come home and, give a man 5 minutes when he gets home.
Right.
5 minutes quiet time,
Right.
whatever it is. Men want women to, this is part of my list, forget the past. Not forget it for 8 minutes and then remember it again. Forget the past. Let it die. That's why it's the past. Men want women who are supportive, not just like jobs or whatever, but for the leisure activities, Supportive, maybe get involved. You like to hike? Go hike. If you can't hike, get her out, let her join a hiking group, whatever it takes. Those are a couple of things that I just wanted to run off real quick.
Yeah. But, another thing too I would say is trust. So a lot of times women would say, "My man, he won't communicate, he won't tell me what's going on, and so forth." I think we want to communicate, and we want to talk about some of the things that are very, very frail to us. The thing is, we need to know, and it's not something you can do. It will happen just by you saying, "Well, I want you to share your innermost, deepest thoughts with me." It's just how you exist with the man. How he feels as though there's a safe place with you, and he can say that to you, whatever those things are, and you're not going to throw it back up in his face at a later date.
But
Yeah.
if you're fighting for power in the house,
Oh.
if there's a constant power,
And as a
struggle,
pastor, that's never going to happen.
Yeah. So that's another thing. We don't want to compete with you.
Right.
It's not that we can compete or can't compete. That's not what the relationship is about. It's not
Right,
about competition.
right.
I remember this girl telling me once. She said, "This is a long time ago, so the numbers, don't worry about." She's her and her boyfriend were together. Everything was good, right? And she was telling me this. And then she told me that she got this whatever job it was, and she was going to make like $30,000 a year. So all of a sudden, she's telling me, and I'm sure that she let him know this in her own ways, that now he's going to have to make more money and do this and that because now she's doing that. So if you're competing with us like that, then you're going to have problems. You probably need to just stay single and compete with yourself or whatever. Competition we don't need. And then on the communication part, men do want to communicate.
Yep.
But y'all listening? Are y'all listening? We need to be free. We need to be free to communicate. So when we do, if Kerry decides to tell you how he's really feeling about something, don't make fun of him, or don't laugh at him, or don't talk about him later, or don't have him hear you talking about him to your girlfriends later about what he said.
Or
So then
mom.
what's going to happen? He's going to say, "All right, I learned that lesson." So even if you ask a question and he tells you the truth, and your reaction to what he says is not what it should be, he's going to remember that too. He's going to say, "All right, I learned that. I'm never going to do that again." And then you'll have a man who won't communicate with you.
Yeah.
You'll think he won't communicate, but he's like, I've been there. Why would I do that again?
Very
It's not
true.
worth it.
You want a woman that's nurturing.
Okay, so fellas, or ladies, the men are saying let them wear the pants and you be the belt to hold them up. So be their support.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? And this is kind of old school. I'll say this is kind of old school, but this is kind of huge. I mean, I can't get with a woman who cannot cook. She's got to have some culinary skills. If she don't got no culinary skills, I remember I went out with this one babe and she said, "What's your favorite dish?" She said, "I said gumbo." I said, "Okay, cool." And she made some gumbo and it was like paste. I wasn't sure what that was. Women, you've got to like have some kind of cooking skills and so forth. It sounds kind of old, antiquated, but nothing like. I'm not gonna go as far as say the way the man's heart is through his stomach. I'm not gonna say all that, but it don't hurt. It don't hurt.
But if you don't know how to cook,
can engineers cook? We got two women.
They both shook their head. Yeah, good job.
Okay, cool.
If you don't know how to cook, it's okay.
It's not okay.
Oh, wait. Open up your laptop, find a recipe, and follow the directions. Because we know y'all smart. And that's cool, and that's fine. And then you can experiment with it.
Mike, can you cook?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good for you.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Very well.
So still possibilities then, right?
Wait, what happened?
I have no problems in that department.
Girl.
Okay, so we're going to go to a commercial, and we'll be right back. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Take It Off Media, and also we're giving away Playboy Jazz Festival tickets, and the rules for the contest will be as follows. I'm going to answer a question from either today's show or next week's show, and you're going to email in your answer and we'll choose the winner accordingly.
Okay, Playboy Jazz Festival, that's good. That's coming up June 10th. You see on the screen there. So, so the email address is takeitoffmedia@gmail. So then, what's going to happen? They're gonna listen to the show. We're gonna ask them a question about the show, and they're gonna email the response, and then we'll pick a winner. Is that right?
That's right.
All right, cool. Are we allowed to participate in that? Can we be in the contest?
Of course not.
No.
No.
But we'll be giving away 2 tickets for Saturday's Jazz Festival on June the 10th.
Yeah. All right, good. That's going to be nice. I think it's George Lopez is the host. All that information, you guys, will be on the YouTube channel. Will be down at the bottom, so you can see everything. You can find our contact informations and anything else you need there.
George Lopez. So Bill Cosby gave it up. Oh, that's right. My bad. He's got some legal stuff going on.
No, Bill can't see. So he moved on.
He was there last year too, and he did. George Lopez does a good job. The Jazz Fest is a great time. You go out, you bring your own food, you bring your own drinks. They do have it for sale, of course, and it's just a wonderful time to hang out with a whole bunch of 20,000 your other friends outside under the stars in the Hollywood Bowl, which is a wonderful venue. Speaking of venues, next month we are going to be filming from Cuba.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that worked out. So we're going to Havana.
Havana.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like Ricky Ricardo. So we're going to Cuba, and it's going to be a great time. So we're going to have all the Cuban princesses, and they're going to be telling the American women that y'all tripping and y'all need to get it together because this stuff y'all worried about is not important.
Okay.
Anything else going on?
And the preview for next week's topic is how to give each other what we need. So we're going to talk about some things men need, some things women need, and we're going to put that all together, and we're going to come up with some solutions next week.
All right, solutions, and we're going to have better relationships. That's good. Okay. So what else? My list, Carrie. I know you had a list of.
Look.
You had a big list.
You know what? You know what you say? Food. The way to man starts through his stomach. What else?
Hey.
The way to carry Neil's heart is if she would pedicure my feet, is all good. I was like, yes, I'm in love. She would do my feet. We're good.
Okay. I never had a lady pedicure my feet.
Yeah.
I do like my feet
she
rubbed.
That pedicure. Please.
I do like my feet rubbed, but the pedicure part, okay.
And if she's a sports fan and not just kind of hanging out, say, oh wow, he runs really fast.
Oh, real fan.
I'm talking about a real fan that understands the sport. And say, wow, I guess when the ball went through the goal, I guess that means something. Yeah, it does mean something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. And if she's not and you are, then, get some chips and dips and go watch the game.
Yeah.
It's easy. Be nurturing. That's part of being nurturing. Emotional support, soothing.
Massage your man.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, I say you should get a massage at least. You should massage each other at least once a week. That could be like a Sunday after church activity. It's like, okay, I gotta go. No hanging out all day after church, chit chatting. We're going to do massages. Verbalize your needs. Verbalize your needs. Don't have him guess what you want. That's stupid. All right, I'm gonna leave it at that. Don't have him guess the things you need. Say what you need.
And don't be afraid to show a little cleavage every once in a while. That's a beautiful thing.
Be a friend. That's
a necessity.
Be sweet.
Be sweet. Oh, I love sweet ladies.
If you're not tender, if you're not kind, don't even bother.
Yeah, I don't need a man, right? So I need a woman. Be sweet. Be nice. That's a woman's power. Take responsibility for your own happiness. Don't make it depend on him. Go out and find yourself a hobby.
And ladies, don't let what a man brings to the table all you have to eat. So.
Wait. What was that? What was that?
Never let what a man brings to the table be all you have to eat. So.
In other words, be independent.
What?
See, that's the whole thing. Was why we continue to have these shows.
No,
yeah.
no. I think you missed the point.
I see that you provide all our needs, but I'm going to do this right here. You just trapped him.
Let me explain. You
don't have time.
When he can't bring something to the table, make sure you have his back. You can bring it to the table.
Wait.
I think
Can I get
you
some
missed
for that?
it.
Well, if that's the case, then fine. But if he brings it to the table, just say, oh, wow, we are been taken care of. But don't say, oh, I can trump you. Well, that's the
No,
concept.
no. That's not it. Just don't let it
married.
be all you have, depending on him. Be his support and have his back. So if he can't bring it to the table, you bring it to the table. You guys are both going to eat in the end.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that next week because I can feel what you're saying. There's a
She gives us a sneak preview.
There's a
sneak preview.
I think that's what it was.
Preview.
I'm just saying.
There's a psychotic way to
My
put that
thoughts,
also,
right?
but that's not what she meant. So we'll make sure we talk about that.
You know what's gonna be good.
We'll make sure we talk about that.
Well, I'll have my list ready for next week.
All right.
I think Audrey will be back next week, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, we'd like to thank our musical directors, Major Jones, our engineer for today, composer James Goins for the original music, our panel, that's Donald, Carl, Carrie, and myself. I miss mine. And we'd love to see you next week. We can talk about how to give each other what we need and benefit from it. So, I guess we'll see you next week on Hump Day. Take it off.
All right. All right.
Feet.
I should. Are we?
Never give up.
All right.
Your life.
It's supposed to sound like.
Just taking you somewhere. Never give up. Time will spin foolish ways when you feel you can take it and your mind is blowing hard.